Most people trying to lose belly fat are making one mistake every single morning. You wake up, you eat breakfast, and your body quietly switches into fat storage mode. Not because of what you ate, but because of what you drank first. Here is what nobody talks about. Your morning drink decides your insulin for the day. And insulin is the gatekeeper. When it is high, your body cannot burn fat at all, but when you flatten that spike early, your body spends the rest of the day burning. That is the whole game, and most people never even know this rule exists. I am a medical doctor, and I am going to show you 5 drinks that actually work. Not 5 magic potions, 5 tools that fight visceral fat from 2 angles at once. Stay with me because this changes everything about how you think of your morning routine. Visceral fat is not the fat you can pinch. It wraps around your organs deep inside. It pushes your stomach out from the inside. And it is the dangerous kind of fat. Every blood sugar spike you get signals your body to store more of this exact fat. Most people only focus on one angle, and that is exactly why most people stay stuck. Angle 1. You stop adding new visceral fat by keeping your insulin calm and flat. Angle 2. Low insulin unlocks fat burning. Your body finally gets permission to use its reserves. These 5 drinks hit both angles at once, and you can start tomorrow morning without anything exotic. This next part is the most important, so do not skip ahead because it explains everything. I did a simple experiment with 2 funnels, a can of Coke and a mason jar. The mason jar is your stomach, the funnel is your throat, and the Coke is breakfast. With nothing in the way, all that sugar hits your bloodstream instantly and the spike begins. Now I added psyllium gel into the funnel first. And watch what happened to that same Coke. The liquid slowed down. It still arrived, but it arrived slowly instead of all at once. Nothing was removed. Nothing was flushed away. The sugar just entered your blood at a gentle pace. That slower entry means a flatter spike. And a flatter spike means less insulin released overall. Less insulin means your body stops storing visceral fat and starts unlocking the fat already there. Write this down. The gel has to form before food arrives. Not during. Not after. Before. Drink number 1 is psyllium husk water, and the research behind it is genuinely hard to ignore. A meta-analysis of 19 randomized controlled trials across 4,000 people confirmed this actually works consistently. Psyllium significantly lowered fasting blood sugar and measurably shifted fat storage away from the belly area. That is fiber doing what no drug was needed to do, and you can make it in minutes. 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk in 12 ounces of water. Stir it and drink it immediately. Do not sip it slowly, it gels fast, and slow sipping turns it into a thick sludge. Drink it 10 to 15 minutes before eating, so the gel is already waiting when food arrives. If you are new to fiber, start with 1 teaspoon and build up slowly through the first week. Now drink number 2 does the same job, but it brings something psyllium simply cannot offer you. Drink number 2 is chia seed water, and it works on the exact same gel principle. 1 tablespoon of chia in 10 ounces of water, stir it, wait 5 minutes, then stir again. Chia reduces your blood sugar spike from a meal by roughly 22 to 30% consistently. That is almost a quarter of your spike, completely gone, just from drinking this before your meal. But here is what nobody talks about. Chia also brings protein and omega-3 fats in the same glass. You are flattening the spike and feeding your body real nutrition at the exact same time. Squeeze some lemon in if you want. Same timing rule applies. Drink it before your first meal. Most people get this completely wrong. They drink it with food and completely miss the window entirely. The gel must be sitting in your stomach before the food arrives, just like the funnel showed. Now drink number 3 has the strongest direct evidence for visceral fat specifically, and it might surprise you. Drink number 3 is matcha. And this is not just another green tea recommendation you have heard before. Matcha is the whole leaf ground into powder, so you drink concentrated amounts of the active compound. That compound is called EGCG, and there is a 12-week randomized controlled trial specifically measuring visceral fat reduction. Adults with high visceral fat drank a catechin-rich drink daily, and their organ fat measurably dropped over time. The control group saw nothing change. The matcha group lost measurable visceral fat from around their organs specifically. That kind of targeted result from a drink is rare, and the evidence here is genuinely strong enough. Here is what makes matcha different from regular coffee. It gives you calm, steady energy, without the crash. Matcha contains something called L-theanine, which takes the edge off caffeine and prevents the jitters entirely. No crash at 10 in the morning, no cortisol spike, no stress cravings driving you toward bad food. And those cravings are exactly what silently put visceral fat back on, so this matters more than you think. Now most people make one mistake with matcha, and it destroys the very compound they are drinking it for. Never use boiling water. Let your kettle cool 2 minutes first. You want around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Whisk it into a paste first, then top it up with more water slowly and carefully. No sugar, ever. The sugar creates the spike, and the spike is the entire problem we are solving. Drink number 4 is one that even I was skeptical about, until I actually read the research carefully. Drink number 4 is apple cider vinegar, and the glucose data on this one is genuinely hard to dismiss. Vinegar blunts both the blood sugar spike and the insulin response to a meal at the same time. The active compound is acetic acid. It slows how fast your stomach empties after you finish eating breakfast. It also activates something called AMP. Think of it as your body's low fuel warning light switching on. When AMP switches on, the message your body receives is stop storing and start burning fat instead. Remember that name, AMP, because it also plays a role in the very next drink on this list. Now here is a real warning, and I am not skipping it, because this one genuinely matters a lot. Apple cider vinegar is acidic. Never drink it straight. It will damage your tooth enamel over time seriously. Always dilute it, 1 tablespoon in a large glass of water, and always drink it through a straw. Do not brush your teeth immediately after, and if you have acid reflux or ulcers, skip this one entirely. You still have 4 other drinks on this list, so skipping one costs you nothing at all here. Now drink 5 is the one that will genuinely surprise you, and I already drink it every single morning. Drink number 5 is black coffee. Yes, coffee belongs on a visceral fat list, and here is exactly why. Most people credit caffeine, but for visceral fat, caffeine is not actually the main story at all. The real compound is chlorogenic acid, and coffee is one of the richest sources of it on Earth. A controlled trial of 150 overweight adults split them into high and low chlorogenic acid coffee groups. 12 weeks later, the high chlorogenic acid group had significantly less visceral fat and a smaller waist measurement. Same drink, same coffee. The only difference was that one compound, and visceral fat actually moved because of it. Chlorogenic acid slows glucose absorption in your gut, and it activates that same AMP pathway from drink 4. But here is what nobody talks about. It only works if you do not wreck the coffee yourself. No sugar, no sweet syrups. The moment you add sugar, you create the exact spike you are trying to avoid. A small splash of milk is fine, but go full black if you want the complete benefit here. And do not make coffee the very first thing after waking. Wait 30 to 60 minutes before your first cup. Your cortisol is already high when you wake up. Stacking coffee on top makes the crash worse later on. If you are caffeine sensitive, decaf still carries chlorogenic acid, and it still delivers the benefit you are after. Now here is how you actually fit this together. Because nobody is drinking 5 things before work every morning. You need the method. Not 5 separate drinks, just 3 simple moves every single morning without fail. Move 1. The moment you wake up, drink plain water first and simply rehydrate your body properly. Move 2. 10 to 15 minutes before eating, drink either psyllium or chia water as your spike flattener. Move 3. With your meal, have matcha or black coffee, and add apple cider vinegar alongside that first meal. Water first, fiber gel before food, warm drink with food. That is the entire 5 flatline method simplified. Here is what nobody talks about. None of these drinks work alone, but together they hit both angles daily. They stop new visceral fat from forming, and they keep insulin low enough to unlock the fat already stored. Do that every morning consistently, and the results build quietly, steadily, and exactly in the direction you want. You already have everything you need. The method is simple, and you can start this tomorrow morning easily.